yo, I am OMEHGA, and this is Diverse Clarity. This is where we have those thought-provoking conversations about things that matter and some that don't. And of course, as always, I'm with my man, my co-host, Mr. John D.
What up, though? What's happening?
What's good, bro?
You know, what people don't know is that I've been here for like 3 hours. And we're just now starting because we have those thought-provoking conversations about things that matter and some that don't.
Bruh, I mean, it has been it's been over 3 hours, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
It's been over 3 hours. Like, and this is what I'm saying, man. Like, I one of our other episodes, I said the thing that I don't like about us is that we always have good ass conversation. And it's not recorded. Like, it's not put out there. And we so engaged. It's hard to think about it. You know, it's hard to think and then go to like try to put it on. But we're going to try to do better.
Inshallah.
We're going to try to do better. So, and it threw us off. Like, we don't even have really a whole lot to discuss in this episode because we put it all out there in the other way. Well, we're going to see what we're going to do. I will tell you this before we get started. If you remember back in the very first episode of what we started now, we was talking about WhatsApp, right? And for those of y'all paying attention, WhatsApp has come out and basically said whenever this day, what is it? I think it's like May 19th or May 15th, something like that. But WhatsApp has doubled down and said if you don't accept their new privacy policy or lack thereof, they're going to stop your messages. So if you don't accept it by that date, which I think is like May 15th, May 19th, something like that, they are going to stop your messages. And I think they said that your video calls will work for a short time after, but eventually that too will be gone. So it's kind of crazy, right? Because we're talking about privacy and security, and WhatsApp delayed it. First, they came out and said, there's no problem with what we're doing. We're not invading your privacy, and which is bull, right? We're not invading your privacy and this and this. And then everybody started getting into an uproar and started to leave. So they were going to Signal, they were going to Telegram. Signal and Telegram became like number one and number two in the app stores for like a couple of weeks. They gained millions of followers, millions of users, and WhatsApp kind of just stayed where they were, but said, oh, we're going to delay this because of all the uproar. But delaying it isn't changing it. Yeah. And now they've come back, and I think WhatsApp has looked at this and said, you know what? Even though we lost millions of users, our user base is still so large, we're not really affected by this. We don't care. So either you accept what we're saying that we're going to do and not do, or whatever the case is, and how your personal information is going to be open to our use and under our own scrutiny, how we put it out there amongst our platforms, WhatsApp, Instagram, and Facebook, or you leave. And we'll make sure you leave because we'll disable all of our capabilities inside of the app for you. So, but those of y'all out there who haven't heard of it or don't know, there's a privacy policy that's new for WhatsApp. It goes into effect in May. And if you don't accept it, which is opening yourself up to what they already do between their platforms, sharing your information, then you won't be able to use WhatsApp. I recommend leaving WhatsApp anyway. So, I mean, I left back in 2014. I just had it because everybody else was using it. But now I'm like, yo, line in the sand, you know.
Do you think that deadline is going to increase the number of people that actually leave WhatsApp, or it's going to be just like one of those things where you just accept? Like, you know how when they normally give you policy things, they say you should check this mark that you've completed all of it. It's just going to end up being like that, or?
I think that a lot of people don't pay attention anyway. I think that when people use things, for example, like Google Docs or any app that you download from an app store or any program you install on your computer, a lot of people don't read the terms and conditions, you know? And,
I'm one of them.
So, and I mean, I'm the same way in various things. No, I am.
Yeah, right.
But I am. So, and I think people are just going to look at it from a convenience standpoint, right? The same reason why people here, you know, by not using your fingerprint to scan into your phone, not using your face to scan to log into your phone. What are they doing with your face scan? What are they doing with your fingerprints? And people are just like, yeah, well, you know, it's easier, whatever. And I think WhatsApp is going to fall into that same category. the same way that Facebook did. A lot of people were like, oh, I'm not using Facebook, I'm not going to mess with it. But then when it came to, you go to pick any website you want to say, www.pickyourwebsite.com, and when you go to that website, you don't have an account for that website. They make it easy for you because they say, oh, sign in with your Google, sign in with your Facebook, sign in with your Twitter account. And that makes it easy. And what does that do? That's sharing information across those platforms. I mean, I think that there's going to be a lot of people that are not going to do it. I think what's going to have to happen is there's going to be an incident. There's going to have to be an incident where somebody's information gets out and it's somebody that's notable. And then that's going to get the ears of a lot of other people, because just like you said, I think a lot of people probably saw the pop-up and didn't even pay attention to it and just clicked OK. And now they're doing it. And those people will not see the pop-up again, if I'm not mistaken, because they've already accepted. So a lot of people are probably like, what the heck are y'all talking about? Because they just clicked this OK when they was trying to get in and check their messages from their family or from their significant other, saw a pop-up, hit OK, and continued on with their day. So I don't know, bro. I mean, it just depends on the individuals and what we care about. Definitely. So but you made the change. So,
well, I made the change, but I didn't completely gravitate, because I have these people that are hard-nosed about change.
Right. Everybody.
And it limits my communication with people that I care about. Right. So it's like one of those things where only so many more warnings are going to go before I have to make a decision. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I gave all of my people that still use WhatsApp that privacy agreement. And I was like, you got until this time or I'm going to just disappear. You know what I'm saying? From this. No, that's what I'm saying. All my friends know that I'm leaving WhatsApp. I just haven't done it because I feel like some of the people I told, they didn't switch over to the other ones. And I'm like, this is going to limit our communication. So it's like, I got to keep reminding them until I'm gone.
Yeah, I kind of did that and just said 48 hours.
Yeah, I know.
Like you saw.
But you have the way you attack things are totally different from the way that I do.
How do I attack things, my brother?
Immediately. It's immediate, you know.
But see, in fairness, right? I had stopped using WhatsApp fully, like I said, back in 2014. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it wasn't
as big of a deal.
It wasn't
to switch.
I mean, look, here's the thing, right? And I don't know if I said this before when we talked about it, but what people don't know is, and I'm paraphrasing the story, but you get the gist of it, right? When it came to Facebook buying WhatsApp, it was Zuckerberg who said, this is what we're going to be doing and and whatever. And I forget the gentleman's names, but there's two of them that went over and they actually created Signal. And the reason that they left Facebook is because they didn't agree with the way that Zuckerberg was going to do things when it related to the privacy or the lack of privacy and all of these things. That was in 2014. So they left the whole Facebook community, created their own as a piece of like, you know, well, we don't agree with this, right? And I'll answer a question that somebody might be thinking when they're watching. What makes you think that those guys are trustworthy? Right? Mm-hmm. They left and, you know, maybe they're going to go over and it's a part of the plot. You only know what was told. They're going to collect your information anyway, right? Here's the deal. When you use a program, right, of any sort, there's a program where it's written and it's there for you to use. And then there's a program in what we call open source. And when a program is open source, think of it like this. You go to somebody's house, they prepare a meal for you. You sit down and you eat the meal. That's how most people use a program. And that's how a lot of programs are written. The way that Signal is written is you go to somebody's house to eat a meal, but you're standing in the kitchen while they're cooking. Mm-hmm. You see all the ins and outs. You see what they're using. You see how the script is written. So you get to know exactly what that program is doing, how it's using your information, et cetera, et cetera. And it's free, right? Yeah. And so that's what it is. So because people will tell you, either when you're using a program of any whatever, it's either if a program is paid for, then you're paying for the service. If a program is free, then you are, you know what I'm saying? Like you're paying for it with your privacy, right? But when a program is open source, this is slightly different, right?
Gotcha.
So because you're seeing how it's made. So those that do understand coding and, you know, look at these things or whatnot, they can see that the program is or is not doing something. And if it matches what the authors of the program have stated the use is for.
You know, when I hear you say that, it's like the the evolution of trying to figure out what I'm supposed to do and what not to do. And majority of us, we just don't have that that eye or that ear for technology the way that you do.
We're gonna make it easy. We're gonna add some stuff to the channel.
It's gonna have to, like, because like when I hear you talk, it's like a level of personal security that I think that a lot of us take for granted, because we feel like if we're introverted, we don't do this, we don't do that, but we don't realize just as simple as downloading an app can change,
Right.
everything.
And some people don't think about this, right? When you download an app inherently will need access to certain things on your phone or on your tablet or on your computer in order for it to operate the same way. It could be something as simple as when you install Microsoft Office on your computer, right? And if you've ever paid attention, right, because we all use Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, or we have at some point in our life, right? When you use it, if you look at the author of the document, if it's your computer, it's your user, your username is what appears as the author, because that program has accessed a certain part of your computer to retrieve this information. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now you can manually go in and you can change it, but by default, it's going to pull, like on my personal laptops or whatever, whenever I use Word, it says in there Omega, because that's my username. That's my username on the laptop and whatnot, right?
Yeah.
So any computer, any software that you use is going to access certain parts of. Just like if you use Google Maps. Google Maps is it's going to be able to access certain things about your computer or your phone, like your location. That's how Google Maps works, right? It pinpoints your location. This is how I was able to tell you where you actually are versus where you need to go. So your shared location must be on for certain things to work. And a lot of people just, you don't think about, this, but you probably don't think about it in that way.
Correct.
Right?
I guess it's more so just the convenience of the ignorance is bliss thing. If you're just ignorant, you're like, nothing's bad is going to happen to me because I don't have enough information. That's what I feel like people approach it as.
Right.
Because you make some valid points. And I just feel like it's so different from what we're used to. It just seems like extra work.
I promise it's not.
No, I'm just saying the way that you look at it.
It's, you can use different browsers. You can use different, and all this stuff is free. You can use different emails.
But it's like you changing your apparatuses to Samsung. Like you would have to reteach yourself certain things, and it's a level of comfort amongst people that's the reason why they don't change.
Not really though. Like for example, like I don't use Google. As in Google.com.
I know, but like
search,
if you use Google, like just remember you talked about Adobe, right? And you did it for 20 years and then you had to reteach yourself a new program. It's like,
but this is different though. Like, okay, for what I'm saying is like, for example, let's say even if somebody felt that they wanted to use Google Chrome, if you truly felt that this is okay, fine, whatever. But I use Firefox primarily, right? But you don't have to use Google.com for search. And if anybody, and maybe I'll put it on the screen and like just show it like as I'm talking, but if you open up your phone, for example, and you go into the settings for Firefox or whatever browser you're using, whatever internet browser, and you go to the section in the settings where it talks about your search engine or your default search engine. If you click it, by default, when you go inside, you'll see maybe like Bing, you might see Yahoo, you might see Wikipedia, and you'll also see another one called DuckDuckGo.
That's what I got. That's what you got, man.
And all you do is select DuckDuckGo and then done. And then you're still using the same internet browser that you were using. There's no change. What you're talking about with Adobe, you're right, but that's a completely different.
Well, with the Google thing, the reason why that was trouble because everything was connected to Google. So when you with DuckDuckGo now, it's like you have to retype in you have to completely start over. Like you're visiting, like all the stuff that you go, like you're starting over brand new.
Oh, you mean like your cookies and yeah.
True. And
true.
like stuff that you don't
actually no, you don't have to, because what you can do is that's not right. What happens is you can port everything over. But if you're using it on your laptop, it doesn't matter. It's still the same. Your laptop is still going to be the same. On your phone,
I know that when I type in stuff, they don't come up like they used to. They have all kind of other different websites or whatnot that they possibly look like. I have to actually type in the site. No lie.
You mean like where the auto complete?
Yeah.
See, okay, and here's the other thing, right? You got to remember that Google is set to where, man, we're going off on the tech stuff, but Google is set where when you search, it's going to find like based on your location, right? And the problem with Google is that one of the problems with Google is that when you're using it, it is going by your location, and it's giving you results that are false results based on the whole web. Google kind of drives you in towards a certain direction, right? Yeah. Whereas something like DuckDuckGo, where it's privacy based, it's not tracking what you search, right? And reporting.
Oh, they don't. Back. I know.
Yeah. So it's not tracking what you search, and it's giving you raw results regardless of where you're located. And you can go inside and you can change your location, right?
See, but what you're saying is great. I'm just saying, in my eyes, I was like, it was hindering me in my progress because I have to learn something new, and I don't have these things that I've had my whole life with these sites that I use, and now it's like,
okay, well, I'll tell you what you can do. Quick fix. If you want to, you can sync your Firefox together. Go to your computer, log into Firefox, create an account, and then everything that you have that is a bookmark or whatever, bookmark, website, login, save password, all of this stuff. Once you create your account, then go to your phone, log in to your Firefox account. Everything that is on your laptop will port over.
Oh, so it's going to do like Google.
Automatic.
Like, okay.
But what we're talking about, but that's the Firefox browser. Yeah. Google, right? So you're basically creating a Firefox account.
Correct. Right? Yeah. I already have one. Yeah, I got you.
And that's all you have to do.
But see, I was using DuckDuckGo.
Right. And you should.
Is that still with?
Right. Remember, Firefox. Okay. Are you using the DuckDuckGo app, or are you using Firefox and using the DuckDuckGo search engine within the app?
Oh yeah, I'm using DuckDuck app.
Okay, well that's different. See, that's different. So, but if you want to do it, you can use Firefox, select DuckDuckGo as a search engine, and then do exactly what I just said. Know that. Right? But I help you through that. You know what I'm saying? But yo, out of the tech world, what you been up to?
I wanted to give a special shout out. I don't really want to say his name because I don't know how that works, but it was a teacher yesterday. It was by far the best online class I'd ever seen. Like, he came in and said, "Salam alaikum." And then a student spoke and said, "Good evening, everyone. You will be asking all your questions toward me, and we will be guiding you through," it was, I think, mechanical force and science. And they had different presentations, and the teacher did not speak at all. Like, the students led that classroom. And what was so great about it was, when the students was like, "Do we have any questions?" and the kids were asking questions, and it just showed you, like, that was a model classroom, what you would want your teachers to do, where the students are teaching the class. Because if students can teach a class, that means they learned it from somewhere,
right?
And all of the students participated, and it was breathtaking to watch, because he was just in the background, and he did the writing for them, like, so. He had like a little pen or whatnot. So whatever they said, like if it was a problem, he would write it, but he did not speak. And just to watch that, that's what I'm sure that all institutions want to move toward if it's going to be online, that students are getting effective education where they can present what they've learned.
Man, I mean, I wish you could give a shout out to this teacher, because it sounds like it's a he. Right?
Yeah, it's a he.
Sounds like he's.
And you know, what's so dope about it is that all of the students speak Arabic, but they did the presentation all in English, and you understood. And normally, when I visit classes, you can tell from Arabic speaking teachers that they use Arabic more than English.
Right.
And his English isn't the best, but they spoke in all English, and their English wasn't the best, but it was good enough for you to be like, wow. And man, I'm telling you, it was like,
how old were they?
They were seniors. Juniors or seniors. Okay. But like even up to seniors, man, some of those students, they don't know English well at all. And to hear them and be able to present and answer questions correctly, like, it was almost like they were acting. That's how beautiful it was.
Wow.
Yes. I mean, I'm telling you, my principal called me after that. He said, "That is what I'm saying, Mr. John." I was like, that was beautiful.
Happy? Yeah.
Yes. I was like, because I had another teacher that I was pretty impressed with. He's from India, and he has a strong accent, but the things that he brings to the class makes you forget his accent. He's that good. And I was like, this is what you should do.
What does he teach?
He teaches science.
Okay. So this is all science.
Well, the two teachers I was teaching was in science.
Right.
But I mean, observing. But no, like we were just on science this week.
Oh.
Yeah, so math was last week. English.
Wow.
Yeah, so yeah, I do all the English medium teacher subjects. But I've been helping with electives also. But math, science, and English, I evaluate all of them in the schools.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, dang. Well, hey, shout out to whoever that teacher is. Hopefully he's watching and he.
Well, we can say Muhammad because half the school are Muhammad's anyway. So, yeah, Mr. Right. Muhammad was awesome.
Yeah,
for sure.
Shout out to him, man, for real. I went like this weekend. I wanted to cook. You know, I like doing my seafood and whatever. So, I went to. I ain't even gonna advertise the store, but I went to the local market, right? Mm-hmm. And I saw one of your fellow teachers there.
Who?
So look, let me tell you. So I was in the line, right? I ordered my stuff, and he went back to go and cut it up and do whatever, right? And so when I finished, this brother, he had on a OMEHGA mask, right? Not me, OMEHGA, but OMEHGA, oh, yeah. Right? So had on the OMEHGA mask, and he was like, hey brother, excuse me, look, whatever, because I had my headphones in, so I really, took my headphones out, and he was like, "You do the podcast with John, don't you?" And all I did was just smile, like you couldn't see it because I got on my mask, right? And I just started smiling, and I was just like, "It's like, yeah." He was like, "Yeah, diverse clarity." And it's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Yeah, that's my baby, man." You know what I'm saying? Like,
he talking about the podcast, not me. The podcast is his baby.
Shut up. But yeah, I'm just like, yeah, man, that's it. And he was like, yeah. So he's like holding his mask, whatever. But we had bro. We stood in the seafood section probably about 35 minutes, just talking about random stuff. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good brother right there, man. Like, yeah. Like for real, like
Mel. Shout out to you, Mel.
Yeah.
Yo. And he said to me, he said, he watches all, the episodes and everything. But he said what he does is, and this really touched me because he was like, what I do, I don't know, maybe it could be taken another way, right? Maybe like, y'all need to shut the fuck up, you know what I'm saying? But he was like, I'll watch it for 30 minutes and then I'll go away and then I'll come back and I'll watch the next 30 minutes, that kind of thing.
Well, according, I don't want to cut you off, but just the I guess the point of clarification on why he does it like that. They say that your mind only has like a capacity of 25 minutes and you normally remember what you do in the beginning and the end, and the reason why they shrink it down to 25 minutes because if you leave for 5 minutes you can start it all over again. So it's like, so you don't get oversaturated by something because your mind drifts off and you don't even know it. You could be watching it and you catch things, but it's not completely focused after a certain amount of time. So when he say he leaves, it's kind of to reinforce, I want to learn this information and I don't want to like all just drop down on you.
So do we need to cut the show down to 25-minute increments?
Well, I don't know. What do you guys think? You guys should leave some comments because at the end of the day, we want to be effective communicators so you can get all this information and apply it in your own life.
I don't know. I feel like it would be kind of hard,
Very.
Because
25 minutes.
We already,
just saying hello.
We haven't even talked about anything yet, really. You know what I'm saying? Not that Mel's like anything or the teachers aren't anything or whatever, but just saying we haven't even dive deep into. But 25 minutes is hard, y'all. I mean,
after 25
leave your
minutes,
comments.
This is what we could do after 25 minutes.
Take a bathroom break.
We can say pause. Just tell them.
Well, I think we had 25. We had 25 minutes. Yeah, I think we're at 25 minutes now. So
yeah.
So you are watching Diverse Clarity. This is where we have those thought-provoking conversations about things that matter and some that don't. Go ahead and pause your computer right now. Go get some chips, some popcorn. Go use the bathroom. Go check your email. We saw you looking at your phone. So yeah, that's it. Yeah. And then come on back and we'll finish up this conversation. Right?
For sure.
So hit the pause button now. Is that what we're gonna do? Like we just do it?
They did it. That's
So
what
we're gonna need a So welcome back. You've been unpaused by Diverse Clarity, or yourself into Diverse Clarity, and we haven't even really gotten to talking about what we wanted to talk about. But I definitely wanted to hit on some stuff with music. You know what I mean?
That's what I wanted to say. Like,
what's it?
Everybody, this young man played some music for me last night, and only reason I'm bringing this up for real, because I need y'all to understand.
Wow.
Like, okay, so he played some of his songs, and
Unreleased.
And when he was, you know how I don't know if you guys have ever performed doing anything, poetry, you hear your voice and then you just say it in your head. When I say that, when it came on, he was performing, not just saying it. You know, he was like, it was so, and he was sitting in a chair, but you would have swore he was on a stage and everybody was looking. And it was a different level of respect of how you approach the craft of performance or entertainment. And I wanted to share this because the music, this is what I say. The music for me wasn't my style, because I told him this too. I was very narrow-minded in the music that I like, because his music seems too fun, too nice. But he has some really good content. But not only that, he has the voice to be able to capture so many people. And your energy, I think, I'm telling you, you're just one whatever away before somebody recognizes that the gem in Diverse Clarity is real.
Wow.
And I feel that for real.
Wow. I mean, I don't even know what. We can just go on to the next topic. I don't even know what.
No, so
say,
I wanted
man.
to know, like, I wanted everybody to know, like,
Thank you though, for real. Thank you, because thank you.
Like, I talked about this last night when I was driving home. I was like, this dude was just in a chair and it felt like he was on a stage. No, your mannerisms, you was just like, I was like, oh my God.
You made me sound like Busta Rhymes for a minute though.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
so when I think of people that are passionate and have their, like, I think of a Busta Rhymes and the energy of it all. But the problem is that I feel like if Busta Rhymes is next to me and he spits a verse, he's not gonna be like, oh, y'all. It's
Busta Rhymes. He might be, bro.
I don't know.
He might be.
I just see him just spitting something, you know what I'm saying? But I just didn't expect that in you, like, to play me some unreleased music and you're performing it as if everybody's watching. That was different.
Bro, like when I first got started performing though, like sometimes it was that. Sometimes you go and there's 7 people in the crowd. You know what I mean? Or like there's the waitress and the bartender and the DJ. This
is for
and
real.
The DJ is who I brought with me. You know what I'm saying?
So that's why I knew that you're special, because I have friends that are performers or entertainers, rappers or whatnot, right, but they haven't done that. Like, I feel like when you did that to me and you were like in here like performing, I was like, he can do this in front of nobody. Like, it takes a different level of confidence to still perform on a show and nobody's there. So that's what made me cause I have a nephew, he raps and he's really good, but he doesn't know what it's like to perform in front of the DJ he brought. That's an element that he's missing. And if he doesn't get that, he's not ever going to be able to be who he wants to be. He's going to be unprepared. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how nice your rhymes are, but if you're not ready to perform, you're not ready for the job. And that's what I'm telling you. Like, when you perform, you made me think like, oh yeah, this is what he does, because it was just me here. And I was like, I'm telling you to watch it. Look, I couldn't even look at you in your eyes. I was like, he's looking at my soul. Like, why do you keep looking at me? But the way he was doing, he was just like I was the fan. Like, wow, I appreciate you, but I'm gonna make this special for you.
Y'all can hit pause.
No, well, you know that's how it made me feel. So yeah, for real, man. Like, I was impressed, for real, to say the least.
I don't even know what to say. Like, really,
I want to know, how did you learn to do that?
To perform?
Like, okay, check this out. Your first performance ever, how many people were there?
My first performance ever. In fairness, it was probably about like maybe 50, 60 people. But it had nothing to do with me technically. It was an open mic event. This is where I had my Mai Tai. This was really? In Korea. Shout out to Tyrone Nixon. I met him there when I was TDY in Korea. Those of you not military, that's when you in the military and you go to a temporary location temporarily, right? So I was stationed in Japan, but I went to Korea for an extended period of time, or a certain period of time rather. And but anyway, yeah. So it was at Osan Air Base, and it was a open mic night, and it was basically a battle. It was a battle rap, and it was a bunch of rappers. So it was an event that people were already coming to. And then I just happened to be there and did it. So did you? I'm guessing, but I mean, I know it was way more than.
The reason why I'm asking is because, like, when you performed that day, did you have the energy that you have now?
Oh, it was a battle. Like that's how I got started. I was a battle rapper.
Okay, so yeah. I'm saying like, I guess it's different then because I can see you doing that if you battle rapping, but to perform a song with nobody around,
right,
is different.
The smallest crowd that I can remember that I performed in front of might have been 10 people. And that was a place in Japan. Yeah,
so did you already have it in you, or did you learn the over time?
I as a kid, man, I would do it.
So you were always doing it.
Bruh, family barbecues, I'm dancing, I'm doing song. Me and my cousin Lamar, I remember this. You remember the group, the little boy group, ABC?
Another Bad Creation?
Another Bad Creation.
Yeah.
Okay. Me and Lamar, because we were living at my grandparents' house at the time. Me and Lamar used to go and we would put on I can't do the song because the whole YouTube thing or whatever, but it was we used to do Aisha, we used to do Playground, right? And we literally were performing for cars that were driving by my grandma's house. Like in the parking lot, in the driveway. And the only thing that messed it up was when an uncle or aunt or somebody came by and they parking in the driveway. And it's like, oh, you messing up the stage. You know what I'm saying? Because they parked in the driveway and that was our ground. So, but yeah, that was it. And so and this is when I was like 9, 10 years old. And we performing for cars that ain't watching. They're just driving by. You know what I mean? And every now and then somebody might honk their horn or something like that. But we out there with a little dual deck boombox and doing our thing.
That's crazy.
So that's how I got started, man. I remember DJing for like cousins' barbecues. Like I used to have one of the radios, and then I rigged it to where I could play 2 tapes at the same time. So basically, like you got the fader or whatever, and I'm like mixing with a tape and whatnot. So like trying to be a DJ for a fan. It was like my cousin's house, Charlene, but used to bruh, it's just what I wanted. Is what I wanted to do.
I think it's kind of getting watered down on what I'm trying to give you, because I just don't see how somebody's able to do what you did from that, what you just said.
Okay, maybe I just say like it's just in me.
I
mean, it's just I put it like this. I don't think about it.
You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of a dry rehearsal.
Okay,
like. A final rehearsal.
Okay.
Everything is what it's supposed to be, but nobody's there.
Right.
That's what it seemed like you were doing. Like you were practicing for a real performance. That's why I said, like, once you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. And to me, it sounds like you're ready for that call. And I'm excited.
Oh, somebody call me right now.
I am excited.
Right now.
I'm excited. I'm going to be the key grip.
The key? How you...
I don't know, but I'm gonna be a part of it.
Who gonna be on the cameras?
Oh no,
what you gotta handle the camera. I can't hold the cameras.
You're absolutely.
This is the only setup where I can control all the cameras from right here.
Hey, look, I'm just excited about being. I'm telling you, you know what? Check this out. If y'all go to Diverse Clarity on Miancore Productions YouTube page and look at his videos and look at how he sounds. And how his arms, and this is what he was doing next to me. It was like, I was like, wow. And in my head, I'm like, this dude is really performing. And that's what I'm saying. I'm so impressed. You're supposed to do that.
I will say this. Practice how you play.
For sure.
Period. One of my old coaches told me that from when I used to play
soccer. Get it. No, I do. I understand that too. But to actually see it in a different field.
Right.
In the entertainment industry, I'm like, wow, this dude really does this.
I'm humble, bro. I appreciate, like, I can't even say anything.
I wish
like, I'm just like
I'm telling you, look, I was sitting right here, and he was right there, and he's just like, and I was like, this dude is performing in front of me.
you're stupid.
No, I'm just look. The energy was so remarkable, man.
Wow. But you're a fan of hip hop, right? You're a fan. I mean, and I appreciated that. You know what I'm saying? You listening to stuff that's not out yet. Album coming soon, but you listening to stuff that's not out yet. But as a fan, like, what is it that brought you into hip hop? Like, what was the key that, like, that had you cross over into fall in love with it then?
The love, man. So I've thought about this in so many different ways now, but I can only say that when I like, gosh, I don't know how to explain it. Like growing up,
like, what's your first memory of hip hop then? Like the first thing that like brought you.
The hip hop was what. That's how I got acclimated in my environment.
Okay.
Because it was new still, and certain people was liking it, and the cool kids was really into it, and it was already natural for me because I was in love with it.
Okay.
So when I realized that I was getting feedback from these kids because I knew like Too Short,
right?
Life is Too Short,
right?
But the previous song I heard was Freaky Tales, and I was in 5th grade when this came out. So me to be rapping these lyrics in 6th grade,
wow.
Yeah, cuss words, just let them roll, mother. But that's what I'm saying. So that allowed me to assimilate into a group of kids where I didn't have to get questioned being half Korean and black. So it was kind of like a defense mechanism to make it. So I loved it already. So it was so easy for me to just go in. So I learned everything.
I want to do something for clarity, and then maybe that's a part of the discussion then. But there is a difference. I want people to understand this because I think it's even misrepresented, let's say, even when it comes to like online stores like Apple or whatever. Rap is the genre.
Correct.
Too Short, Biggie, Pac, Nas, whatever. This is the genre. When we say hip hop, we're speaking about the whole culture.
Everything.
And I'm not speaking to you. I'm talking to people who are listening, because I think a lot of people, they're like, "Oh, you do hip hop." I can't do a culture. I don't know what that is. But I am a rapper.
I think it's more so depending on who you talk to and the amount of information they want to.
But even like I said, even if you go to the Apple Music store, it's labeled as hip hop. And so what I like for people to understand is that rap is the genre, but within the hip hop culture, we have rappers. Yeah, we have DJs. We have B-boys, B-girls, whatever type of dancers, right? We have the graffiti, we have the clothing, we have the slang. All of this is a part of the culture.
Correct.
So it's the culture of hip hop, and the genre that we're talking about is rap. But some people, they don't get it. And I don't blame them, because even the biggest outlets like Apple misrepresent this when they label categories.
That's what I'm saying. It just depends on how much information the person has.
Right. Well, if your job is to put out music, as in the Apple Music store, get it right. Well, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is all you do is music, but you should understand.
And so when I hear you say that,
right,
it's still not enough roar for them to change it.
I get it.
You know what I'm saying?
I guess people is like, well, we understand what they mean, or over the time it's just like mixed together. But when you truly come in and try to understand, right, it's like learning a language. Right? You hear words here and there, but then you learn when you get into the language, oh no, this is what you say if you're a woman, or this is the masculine way to say this, or this is what you say during this time of day. It means the same thing, but then you say this, you know what I mean? Like, and it's the same thing. If you're going to dive into hip hop and try to understand, then you should understand exactly what it is you're diving into.
I get it, but
just as a lover.
No, yes, that's what you're doing.
As a lover.
That's what you're doing. Right. You want people to appreciate it the way you do.
Well, I just want them to understand what it is.
That's what
I didn't create hip hop or the culture of hip hop, respectfully, right? but I am a part of it. And if someone wants to be a part of it, I'm great. Appreciate it for how you want to appreciate it, but understand it for what it is. Those are two different things.
I know, but it's still a level of expectation you want them to appreciate it the way you do.
Yeah, I mean, but it's not about appreciation.
No, to
it's
understand
simply
it.
understand it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So if they understand it, then they're probably going to appreciate it the way you do.
Yeah, but a lot of people just don't know because they've been taught the wrong way, and they think that the way that they taught was right.
Oh, correct.
You know, like I know people who rap, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I do hip hop." Do you really?
Well,
do you really?
So when he's saying that, you got to think about. I'm not saying it's the case, but is he trying to talk to his audience because he doesn't know? So he's just putting everybody in this. So there's no questions afterward.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
I got you, man. The other day I was thinking about like the old music videos and stuff. You remember Jukebox?
Oh man. Hey,
bruh. Jukebox, man, that was where we wasn't supposed to see. It was, man.
So I didn't get to appreciate Jukebox like most people because in my apartment complex, like it was on channel 13. So the people on the left side, they got it. So we had to go over our friend's house to watch. And he used to always because we at that time, you only saw rap sporadically on television. Like you had to go to Jukebox
or Yo MTV.
I know, but Jukebox was out before Yo MTV Raps came out. You know what I'm saying? So Yo MTV Raps is 89. So Jukebox was definitely a couple years before that and through. But I remember, I can't think who's singing, but it was like B stands for Bronco, Benz, BMW, base, Bango, and a pair of bars. You see us walking down the aisle, you act like we're stars. We're not trying to make a joke. But I can't do that. I forgot.
That's what I was looking like.
But y'all know what I'm talking.
It
like,
might not be out. YouTube might come and get you, man. YouTube might.
But you know what? I'd be very surprised. Why don't I know who sang that?
I can't think of it.
But yeah, that was like one of the songs because that video didn't come on your MTV Raps because it was like a underground video type. Like it was like you remember?
I had the song. I had the tape.
I'm just saying as far as MTV would only play commercial rap videos.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't play like something that could be controversial.
And their stuff was all about like spring break and all of this. That was
MTV Raps.
That was back when what's his name was on there. The comedian, Bill Bellamy. Bill Bellamy, bro. That was the whatever. Was it Cancun or whatever?
That was like the mid '90s.
Man, those were. Why did we enjoy watching that? I did. I ain't gonna speak for you. I did.
Because you got to see women and you got to hear music that you probably like.
Yeah, but
it looked like it was a place of freedom of doing whatever.
Having fun.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was a different level of freedom.
That was the thing. It was, and it just looked like fun. You know what I mean? But again, that's where they play stuff like 95 South.
Yeah.
95 South and the bus system and
tag
team. Yep.
Tag team.
And
back again. Check it. Let's begin.
You remember CC Lemonhead?
Who?
CC Lemonhead.
Oh
man, I can't think of the song. We're gonna have to find it. CC Lemonhead. He had
This must be some Georgia stuff.
Hey man.
I'm just saying.
I think he was Florida. I think CC Lemonhead was Florida.
I don't know no CC.
All them dude 95
I know who they are though. I remember them.
Team,
but I remember them from UMTV Raps. Yeah.
Luke.
Oh yeah.
All this was Florida.
No, but I'm saying, but I don't know no CC Lemonhead.
CC man.
You remember Doodoo Brown?
Yes.
Doodoo Brown.
Yes, of course. That was Luke.
No, Doodoo Brown was
that was Luke, wasn't it?
No, he's a DJ in Atlanta. Frank Ski.
No, there was a song called Doodoo Brown.
Because I know Doodoo Brown is Frank Ski, the DJ. He used to be a DJ in Atlanta.
Oh wait, okay. Hold up.
Luke is from Two Live Crew.
Okay, no. Okay, I know what it is. We're both right. So Luke had a song called "I Wanna Rock," and in parentheses it was Doodoo Brown.
I wanna rock.
Doodoo Brown.
But that was after him.
Right, okay. Yeah. But this is what I remember. That's why I was thinking Luke, Doodoo Brown. Okay. That's why but yeah, CC Lemonhead, bro. That was hold up. Now I want to know.
I don't know no CC Lemonhead.
I want to say he had a song called "Take Your Clothes Off" or something like this. Or something. I don't know.
Take your clothes off.
Rockin', don't keep rocking, don't stop it. Rock it, don't stop. Oh yeah, he had a song called "Take It Off." I know.
but
take it off. Take it off.
I remember that. Yeah, but it never would have got like so.
Afterwards, I'm gonna play it for you. I'm gonna let you hear it. But yeah. But he had. That's why I was like, take your clothes off. But yeah, take it off. He had a song gonna take. But yeah, I remember, and he was all about bass.
Oh yeah, so that's all Florida.
Bass.
DJ Magic Mike.
Yes, bro. This was the. But this is what we were able to see on like MTV, MTV Rap.
Correct.
That was as hard as they got. So like in that time, that was like the thuggish kind of music or whatever. Not that they was thugs, but it was like, this is what you're not supposed to listen to. And then it easily skeeted over there to now mainstream became like NWA and all. And I know they were before that, but I'm just saying, but like mainstream became NWA and Snoop and Dre and that whole thing. And then New York came and they took over, and now everything belongs to Atlanta. Shout out ATLians.
So just New York started it all.
Oh yeah, of course.
Just gonna do.
No,
that.
I'm talking about the we talking about popularity.
Well, that's what I know. So it started out in New York,
right?
Then it ventured out to the West. But it came back to the East.
We know.
I'm just saying.
We know, but we were talking about the I'm talking about
that's
the popularity,
what I'm saying, the popularity
of MTV, right? MTV, it was popping with all the down south booty shaking, because that's where they was at.
Yeah, but I don't remember the South booty shaking music on MTV like that.
That's what was there for like the spring break. That's what they was dancing to.
Well, I'm saying like I know that they had songs, but so this is
Naughty by Nature. Yeah. Used to be in all of that,
but that's East Coast,
right? I know, but I'm saying, but that's the part from the East Coast. But most of that music was the booty shake music at Spring Break.
Spring Break, yeah. Okay,
I'm only talking about MTV. I'm not talking about the history of hip hop. Right?
Oh no, I'm talking about when I remember MTV Raps,
right.
Like they didn't play the booty music. It was more so the Spring Break portion of MTV.
That's what I'm saying. MTV Raps different from Spring Break, Bill Bellamy, and what's the Latina or the Puerto Rican girl, Downtown Julie Brown.
Oh yeah.
See, this was different. That was where they played the booty shaking. But MTV Raps, you're right. This was the Wild Wild West.
That's why I said the commercial was the commercial rap.
So with the Cool Mo D's and the Young MCs and Special Ed and come on, like that was the days, man. Like this,
childlike days.
Anyway, it's all. I don't think it's gone, but
it's elevated into a different level of entertainment, brother.
Right.
I think we can't appreciate it because all we have are our memories, and it's certain parts that takes us back that this music can't do.
So when you go back or when you think about right now, here's the infamous question. Who's in your top 5?
Frank White. Christopher Wallace is number 1. Okay. Well, he's my favorite rapper, but he's definitely in top 5. Should
I go? We're gonna go back.
Yeah, we can do that.
We'll go back and forth?
Yeah, let's do that.
My number 1, bar none, Jay-Z.
Jay-Z, he old, ain't he?
I'm gonna need you to stop. I'm gonna need you to stop age shaming is what I'm gonna need you to stop doing.
I'm saying.
Hove, it was John D that said it. If you ever get to hear this.
Yeah, he gonna hear it. He's old. You know what I like about him?
Consistency and the ability to change.
There it is. He's remarkable. He's remarkable.
He is.
Yeah.
He is. Your number 2.
Yeah, there it is. He's there.
Oh, Jay-Z's your number 2?
Yeah, I just said he was old because, hip hop is it was a young people's profession, and he's allowed to show people how to evolve into something and still be a part of the culture, a significant part of the culture.
Right.
And like I said, when rap first came out, it was like 16 to 21, 22. You know what I'm saying? And as we got older, people started to get a little older.
It continued to carry.
It matured.
But you know why? Because what I think is when it became big, we were in a position where the older people weren't really listening. You know what I'm saying? Like as a whole, they weren't really listening. And just like you said, the people who were 16 to 22, when they became 30 to 36, they still were listening,
yeah.
right? And so then it carried on. So there was a market for people who were older rappers because there were still older listeners
Because of us.
that didn't want to,
Yeah.
right? They didn't want to hear the
new
16-year-old
stuff.
rappers
You're
and whatnot.
absolutely right.
And so it just carried on. So there was a space that was there. Because I used to think that I've always done everything parallel with my career in fire, but I used to think like, man, I'm gonna hit a point where like I'm not gonna be able to do it anymore. Now people look at me, they don't even know how old I am. I mean, I take this beard off, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's,
Hey man, beard game is real, man.
I'm saying I'm not getting rid of it.
Yeah, well, me neither.
I'll get in trouble, but
I'll get in
you know
trouble
what I'm
too. Yeah, mine's is growing.
I think you got some dirt on your cheek.
Yeah, it's getting a little more dirt
You
though.
got some dirt on your cheek.
Hey, the wife hate the dirt. She hate the dirt.
They got oils to help that come.
Man, who's your number 2?
My number 2, Jadakiss.
Jadakiss, number 2.
I'm not saying it in any order.
Oh,
Now,
okay.
my Jay-Z is my number 1
For sure.
Okay, now my other 4 to come, no particular order.
What about the Jay-Z that you?
It's just the versatility, bro. Like, you talking about Jay-Z or Jadakiss?
Jay-Z.
It's the versatility. Like Jay-Z.
No, I'm talking about, you remember when he was rapping fast in the beginning?
Yeah.
Then he changed it up.
Brooklyn's Finest.
No,
Actually, Brooklyn's
no, I'm
Finest
talking
wasn't
about-
fast. You talking about before he even did his
With
album?
Jazzo.
Yes. Because that was his thing.
I know, that's
was
what I'm saying. He had to change the game up.
Yeah. But he can still do it.
I'm sure.
He can still do it. But his versatility, bro. Like, that was what it was for me with Jay-Z. His versatility and the fact that he's evolving with the game. And it's kind of like, what was it? If you don't want to hear whatever about my old shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
like that's what it is. So, and then of course the piece where Jay-Z is, he doesn't write it, doesn't write it down.
Yeah, he's
So
different.
That element right there, I'm like, I don't even know who you can bring to the table that slightly compares to that, regardless of like their lyrical prowess. Like, I don't know who you can bring to the table.
I think that we don't have enough time in hip hop for anybody to be able to reflect what he's done.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
we're babies.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
New.
Yeah, it's new. So
it's new.
but he's definitely set a great example of what one should do throughout the game of hip hop.
The bar.
For
he
sure.
has set the bar to come from the life that he lived, progress through hip hop the way that he has, make the changes that he has made, the acquisitions that he's done, the impact in various levels, branching out of hip hop, and to become, if I'm not mistaken, hip hop's first billionaire.
Yeah, I think I think Dr. Dre wasn't it with the Apple deal when
Beats?
Apple bought Beats?
I don't know if that made him a billionaire.
I thought that was the thing that they said, but it might be. I don't know. But regardless, it's a very difficult club to be a part of.
Definitely,
and he made it, and he looks good in it,
bro. It fits him well.
It does.
But yeah, and so Jadakiss. So my Jadakiss.
And Jada. So why Jada?
Lyrical. Like, so just for clarity, like when I do my top 5, when I think about it, it's strictly about the lyricism.
Oh, okay.
So
that's good to know.
So yeah.
So does that mean I'm supposed to do that also, or
nah, you can do what you want to do.
Okay, because I was going to do what I wanted to do.
Just state yours. Just state so we understand. Because if you start coming out with, Lil Yachty and you talk about he's in your top 5.
You fooling.
About
my third person. My third person is
Lil Bobo.
Nasir Jones.
Okay.
Nasty Nas.
Respect.
Similar to Jay-Z. Of course, he was out before, but just to watch him evolve and still say things that I can admire still. Like, I'm still like, they make me feel like I'm not old. That's the joy of hip hop. Like,
you're magical because you old, bro.
Without a doubt. And they're older than me. But my point is, it's almost like you don't grow. It's like they remind you of when you first enjoyed hip hop, and it takes you back there. And you're like, wow, I'm still enjoying the shit that I enjoyed when I was a child.
Yeah.
And I can appreciate that. And he was a part of that.
Yeah. I get it.
Yeah.
Okay. Queensbridge. I remember the firm. The firm was, I thought that
M-A-Z,
was something. Foxy
Nature,
Brown.
Foxy.
Yeah, man. That was it. All right, my number 3, J. Cole.
J. Cole. Wow.
Another
J. Cole's pretty young, ain't
He is. And it's just, I've been a fan of Cole. The same way it was with like Jay-Z. I was a fan of Jay-Z from the very beginning. And being a Georgia boy, people they were like, what are you talking about?
I'm trying to figure out how'd you do it.
So nobody wanted to hear that. Get out of here with that New York, whatever. But and
it's crazy how they stereotype East Coast music as like for smart people, or like you gotta have like they learn all these words and y'all want to hear lyrics. We want to hear beats, and it's like
right.
It was just like it's almost like talking white when you say like, oh, you talk white, but the East Coast was known for smart rap. Like, oh, you a thinking brother,
lyrical, them lyrical.
Yeah, it's crazy how they made it like that was the stereotype of it.
But that actually was like. That was kind of the way that it looked. And I'm not saying like every rapper was that way, right? I mean, because now we got people like, what's the one with the rain? I don't want to say his name, but the Rainbow Boy that just came out of jail. So like, he's from New York. And it's like, really?
Well, I mean, most, I don't know if you don't keep up, a lot of the New York rappers be like, why everybody, and what's his name? He does the wrap up, but he was like, "Why everybody in New York sound like they from Atlanta?" Like he just like because they want to make money.
I can see that.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what do you get in the game to not make money, or do you get in the game like I know if you have the luxury of being good and you said I'll do this anyway, but a lot of them they don't live really good lives.
I mean, for me, if you're asking me myself, I mean, I was just fortunate to have a career, and my career.
But if you were, if you were 17, 18, and you in the hood, like you're looking, you would love to do music, but if it's a way for you to make music and make some money,
right?
You'd be willing to compromise yourself if you.
Yeah, I mean, because I look at that like a way of life.
Correct,
and that's.
So if somebody say I can get you this money, but you got to do it this way, it's like
I don't think that you can answer that unless you're really in that situation. But if I try to,
remember RZA? RZA was like, "We love you, Prince Rakeem." Like they told him we need to change your style,
right.
But he wanted to make music, so he was willing to compromise himself.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
True.
Like,
yeah, no, but I mean, I think. If I pull myself out of the situation and not try to answer it like me and try to answer it like a young version of me, to have the love that I have for the culture of hip hop and creating and the artistry, like I can't say that I would not have compromised depending on what the compromise was. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people are surprised that I don't even curse in my lyrics. I'm pretty sure that wouldn't have flown because that's not, I mean, I'm gonna say it's a bad thing because Will Smith doesn't. I don't sound like a Will Smith. But I mean, as far as like my style or whatever, right? I started out as a battle rapper, but even as a battle rapper, I wasn't cursing. I just came at you. I will come for you. So
you battle rap somebody and you didn't curse, and you don't seem like you can hurt anybody's feelings if you don't curse.
We can get in it right now.
I don't want to.
We can get in it. We can get all these mics work.
I tell you this.
Testing.
It's something about somebody cursing at you that's a little more disrespectful than some wordplay.
You know, it was really funny, right? Like my mom used to say that my tongue is powerful.
For sure.
And she used to say like, yo, he will hurt your feelings without even, and he'll probably do it with a smile. Like it's just the way. I don't put it like this. That's how I got started. Look, let me tell you. Like, can we take a little? So when I got started in Japan, right? Like I was doing like the battle rapping and all this, whatever, right? And what happened is the guys that were in the dorms where I was staying, they said, "Yo, we should." Cause we were recording. I mean, let's go take this back in the day. We had a boom box and we have no microphone, but we had dual cassette tape. We could record. So in one we'll play the music, and the other one we got a blank tape. But with no microphone. Back then, you could take the headphones, and if you plug it into the microphone jack, one of the earphones would work as a mic. Weird, but it would work as a mic. And we was rapping into that. That's how we got started in the dorms. The guys that said, "Yo, you need to sign up for this joint out in the city or whatever." I'm like, "Nah, I don't want to, whatever." They signed me up. I say the place. It's called The Sauce. It's in Okinawa, Japan. It was an old Navy guy. I won't call old, but he's probably older now. But it was an old Navy guy. Got out. He owned it. It was like a Cajun seafood restaurant, but he had a stage. And they used to do live mic, battle raps or whatever. They signed me up for this. I love my seafood. Like I told you, that's why I saw Mel. I'm getting my seafood, right? So they knew how to get me. Oh, let's go to the... So they took me out there. We go for the seafood or whatever. And it's a live mic show going. I'm like, oh, bet. We got rappers on stage. I'm eating my shrimp with my Cajun sauce. I'm enjoying it. I'm licking fingers and whatnot. I'm good. And then it came up and I didn't have a stage name, right? And so they just said my name, my real name. Like, yo, and next up, in the competition. We got such and such from whatever Marine Corps base, and then we got whatever Howard from the Air Force base fire department. Come on up. And I'm like, one, I'm mad because I'm trying to finish my shrimp. You know what I'm saying? Two, how y'all sign me up? But now I can't. You can't back down. You know what I'm saying? Like if somebody's,
I can.
Nah, bro, not if you. If somebody said right now, spitballs, I'm not backing down. You know,
but I'm saying this was a long time ago, so you already had it in you.
Yes,
because I would have easily said no, thank you.
Nah, I'm not punking out. So we did this or whatever, right? We did this. I won that week, and the way they had it set up was very similar to how it was when I was in Korea. Is they had 4 weeks in the month. In the first 3 weeks, the 2 winners of each week would all come back for the last week, the 4th week of the month, and all compete for the grand prize. And I won, right? Oh. I came back that was the 3rd week. I came back the very next week, and I won the little competition. Oh,
so you wasn't that mad?
A couple weeks, nah. A couple weeks later, I was on one of the military bases. I was in the bathroom inside of the little store. They call it AFES, Army Air Force Exchange or whatever. And I see a guy washing his hands, and he's wearing a polo shirt. And the polo shirt it's called What Entertainment, right? And we all knew that What Entertainment is WHUT. What Entertainment at that time was like they were doing like a lot of the shows in Japan, a lot of the promotion, a lot of the opening acts for shows or whatever. And I see him I'm washing my hand. And I feel like that movie in The Temptations. You remember when they go in the bathroom and they see Barry Gordy? Yeah. And they're like, Pecos Kid, Pecos Kid, hey, Pecos Kid, bang, bang. Like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in the bath, I'm washing my hands and I see his shirt and I'm like, oh shit, that's, you know what I'm saying? He wearing, so I'm like, I pull the towel down, right? Whatever, wash my hands like this. I said, hey, you work with What Entertainment? And he was like, yeah. I said, well, I rap. He was like, okay. I was like, yeah, how can I, whatever. And he was like, he just looked at me. He was like, I got a meeting tomorrow. And he named the building on the base. I got a meeting tomorrow. It was at the little club there. He says, I should be done about 4:00. He's like, wait for me in the parking lot there and then we'll talk. Okay. Yeah, cool. No problem. Had my song ready. Just like kind of with you yesterday. Had my song ready. Had a system in my car. I go to the parking lot. Nobody's there, right? I'm waiting. I'm sitting. Open up my car. Got the music, 4:00, 5:00, nobody shows up. 6:00 comes. The sun's starting to go down. And I'm just like, you know what I mean? I'm feeling I think I might have been inching on 20. And I'm just like, man, he ain't gonna come. Like this is, and then I see the doors open to the side of the building. I'm looking, and it's the brother.
Wow.
He's coming out. And I'm like, oh. So I open up all 4 of my car doors. I open up my trunk. I turn on the instrumental, right? And I'm like, hey. And I flick my lights or whatever. I see him. He walks over, right? I said, I'm ready. And he was like, you waited. Like, yeah, I'm ready. He's like, all right, what you got? And I played the song. I'm rapping in the parking lot, right? It was on Camp Foster. I'm rapping in the parking lot. He was like, okay, all right. 2 weeks later, I opened up for Boys and Men.
Wow.
Okinawa, Japan.
So
that was the start.
Pretty fast.
That was the start because the show was coming and they needed opening acts.
But that was quick. Fast.
It was very quick. Might have been okay, maybe 3 weeks, but it was. Yeah.
Look,
I'm just saying.
You just battle rap to get to open up for Boys and Men in 3 weeks.
No, that wasn't. That was the battle rap at the restaurant. That was like the first thing that happened.
That's what I'm saying. Right. So what were the order of events until you got to the
first thing? First thing was Korea when I went to the thing and I had the Mai Tai. Right. Yeah. And that was the same kind of structure as the battle rap. After we came back, I was probably there for like 3 months, 4 months or something like that. So February, March, April, May, June, maybe. Yeah, because it was the summertime. June came back. That's when we went to the restaurant or whatever. And they had the battle rap when my guys signed me up for it. Right. Maybe a month after that, I see this guy in the bathroom at the place. And then 2 days or the next day or whatever, I meet him in the parking lot. And by the end of July.
That's fast?
I mean.
Like I just
it was I think it was fast, but it wasn't something that was already happening. I just got to be plugged in.
That's what I'm saying.
That concert was coming.
But for you to remain in the business, it's dope because you opened up for Boys to Men. That like, come on, man.
Yeah, bro. I've done a lot. I've done them. Naughty, Case, 112.
Wow.
Coco from SWV, Goody Mob, Biz Marquis,
Goody Moby.
Casey and JoJo. I did them, I think, twice.
Wow.
I can't. GMV and what's his name? From Lost Boys. The one that's still alive. Oh man, I can't think of his name.
Love is the law that we live by.
The DJ's name is GMV.
Okay.
Mr. Cheeks. Mr. Cheeks and GMV. Yeah, Mr. Cheeks. So Mr. Cheeks and GMV. That's a lot, bro. Like, and that was just like the stuff in Japan. But it became, I started working with them and it was a circus. So like all the shows that they were bringing over, I became the opening act for a lot of, that's how all of that happened. So I became the opening act for a lot of these shows.
That's dope.
So I even opened up for NSYNC at an air show.
Really?
I was at work. I never forget. I was at work. Somebody came over to cover for me at the fire station because the air show was on the airfield. And fire department, we're on the airfield, right? So like the fire station is attached to the airfield where we can respond to aircraft or go into the city, right? Or to the base. And so, yeah, NSYNC came and they was performing for the air show. And I had somebody cover for me from another station. I took one of the utility vehicles to the thing, changed my clothes, got on stage, did my 2 songs, put my work clothes back on, drove back to the fire station. I'm back on shift.
Wow.
Like it was like that. Like it just worked out, bro.
Yeah, you know what you remind me of? You remind me of I think, what is his name? What's the quarterback? Oh, Tony Romo guy.
Tony Romo
that played for the quarterback for the Cowboys. I think he was like working for UPS. No, it wasn't him. It was
Troy Aikman.
No, it was a quarterback that was working for UPS. He was doing packages and he ended up being a quarterback. Like he was really good, but that's what he was doing. And it's like, your ass is just working in service and then you going to open up for like large groups for the world. Like, come on, like how do you do this and then you do this? It's like, wow, you got some real talents and you out here doing regular stuff.
See, and I always had that fear because people was like, why are you a firefighter? Why are you? And it's like, I always had that fear of like branching out and just like trying to do it and only do that.
So,
I never.
Being a fireman is your security.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why.
Being a fireman funds the love.
That's what I'm saying. Like what I just found out recently, like you need to live your life as if that is your security. You don't find a job for your security or you won't ever love what you do unless you were one of the lucky ones.
But I got lucky though because I wanted to be a firefighter.
I know, but it sounds good.
It was.
But what would you rather like now? I mean, you already done it.
Right.
So at some point, if you want to go to
honestly,
the next
I never wanted to give either one of them up. The only reason that I felt like if I wanted to give one of them up is if one was gonna by far supersede the other one. You know what I mean? Like if I'm gonna be on the stage, opening up or doing a song with Jay or Jadakiss, Jay being Jay-Z, Jadakiss or whatever. Like if it's to that level,
so it has to be that level,
and it would have to sustain me. It would have to be able to sustain me. Like the things that I did, and I think we've talked about this before, but like a lot of the stuff that I did coming up to some of these shows and whatnot, I wasn't getting paid for it. These hole in the wall clubs, these performing when there's 7 people there, 10 people there, 20.
Oh yeah. Like, I get it. That's what I'm saying. That's you investing in yourself to get to that point though.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, but
inshallah,
things can happen.
Oh yeah, I think it's inevitable.
Good music is good music. You know what I'm saying? It's inevitable. So I'm hoping the same way I'm hoping that people will stumble across Diverse Clarity for all the effort that we're putting in. When they get in and they see 30 episodes, 40 episodes, and it's timeless episodes, we can have this conversation a year from now. Definitely. And unless we've gone beyond where we currently are, this conversation is still relevant. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And when they get it in and they find like there's this library of imagine if we just learned about a Jay-Z or any kind of lyricist out there that we appreciate the lyricism and we can go back and we can dissect their stuff. It's not even about the beat or the music. It's that, and it's like, wow, the content, you know what I mean? So, hey man, I think it can happen. Where we at? Number 3?
Yeah.
What was so you had Big, Jay-Z, and Nas.
4th is gonna be.
Well, did I do my 3rd? Yeah, I did. Jadakiss. Yeah. So Jay-Z, Jadakiss, and J. Cole. Yeah. Okay. Your 4th.
Marshall Mathers. Eminem. I gotta pick him up.
I knew you were gonna say him.
Yeah. He has to be in there because of not his record sales and all of that, and not really what his content, but how he approaches the breaking down of
lyrics.
Yes. And I just feel like you have to acknowledge somebody that appreciates lyrics. You got to acknowledge somebody who does it. He can dissect your favorite rapper stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's just like your favorite rapper loves him. You know what I'm saying? Like Jay-Z loves Eminem. The way that I'm sure he did, because Jay-Z appreciates those type of things. I believe.
I'm sure he likes him.
He loves how he.
I'm sure he likes
writes him. like his skill set.
I'm sure he likes.
Anyways,
him. I'm sure he likes.
I don't know, but my bad. Maybe not. But yeah, that's the reason why. That's my 4.
He's got him on shuffle.
Who's your foe?
Andre 3000.
3 Stacks. Oh yeah. You know, his music catalog for me is too short for him to be there for me. And I do love whenever he raps, he makes me think and make me appreciate that I can think.
Wait, his catalog is too short?
Yeah.
So 5 studio albums isn't enough?
So when I say like he wasn't always like that. Don't trip. Like Southern Playalistic Cadillac, he was not this guy that he is that I love now.
Hootie hoo.
Look, he said some things, but you know, he's the person that I fell in love with. I loved that Outkast, right? But as he grew, his the way that he wrote got more complex. And that's when he became one of my favorites.
Okay.
He wasn't one of my favorites, but I could appreciate his music before. But when he made the change where he was talking real, like what's that one song with UGK? He said, I hate to see y'all frown, but I'd rather see her smile. Like when he started rapping like that, he didn't rap like that in the beginning. Not to me, he didn't. But when he started rapping real abstract-ish.
See, I think the thing that some people do appreciate or either they don't appreciate about Outkast is Outkast is a group that evolved, as you say this is important, with every album. And they gave you something different in every album. There was no cookie cut, oh, this sound like Southern Playalistic Cadillac music. Oh, this sound like ATLians. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that sound like that one song that I like, Babylon, whatever. Like it's everything was different as per the albums go. It takes a lot to appreciate artists because very similar to Jay-Z, when people speak about Jay-Z, they miss the Reasonable Doubt. They miss the Lifetime. They miss these things, and that's why he say, "Oh, you go buy my O's," because he's, you know what I'm saying? Like he's. So I think you either love him or hate him when it comes to Outkast. Right?
Oh no,
so,
I don't see how you can.
No. But there are some people because they're like, why are they doing all this space stuff and why are they dressing like this?
But that was then. They don't like those people. I was one of those.
Goody
people
Mob
too.
did the same. Look, when yes, I mean, as far as the abstract, when I opened up for Goody Mob, they came with the shoulder pads with the feathers.
I know, but they had already they crossed over by then.
Right, but what I'm saying is like, but they did the same thing. Right, they had
tried to because they saw Outkast was doing and they was like we should evolve too, but it didn't work for them.
Agreed. Right. But I'm just saying, but like
they weren't as polished as Outkast either.
But when people talk about Goody Mob, like even myself, what I remember is like soul food. You know what I'm saying? Like this music
Who's
back
that
in the
peeking in my window.
That was the next one, right?
Nobody. That's the first one.
Was that on the Soul Food album? Or the one
Soul Food was on that album.
The fried chicken, macaroni and cheese, and collard greens too big for my jeans. Smoke steam from under the lid that's on the pot.
Yeah,
that's what it's. But yeah, so
that's the first album.
That was okay. Because they did. Yeah, but anyway,
I love that.
I appreciate the older the older Goody Mob. Yeah, and then when it got to their newer. Whatever,
because they were trying to evolve into something
that kind of looked like what Outkast was doing
because it worked for them.
Yeah.
But like I said, like CeeLo was he was the example of the evolution.
Yes.
But he couldn't bring them along.
Yes, he was.
Because that wasn't.
What was that? Gnarls Barkley.
Gnarls Barkley.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like I saw an interview with him and he was just telling what he was living the life. He said, I want to see if I can get away with this. Because he had a different level of freedom. I just love it.
Right. No, that's okay, so where we at? Number 5?
Yeah, number 5. My main man.
Uh-oh.
Kanye West. He is number 5. And before I believe he has some great lyrics, but the things that he's done for the music, the entire game of music, not just for hip hop,
right?
But he's done so much that he has to be in my top 5 because I can appreciate a different level of value that some people just look past in my mind.
Would he be in your lyrical top 5?
No, he can't be.
Okay.
No, he can be. Yeah. Like that's why I asked you like the criteria, like because you know I want it to make sense. Like if you say your lyrical 5, then I say Kanye. Now you looking at me like, come on, man. Like you like him that much?
Nah, Kanye. But music, like because we were talking before, like the other day, and I was telling you like Ye is in my car, like, and that's what I was. Matter of fact, when I went to the store the other day and I ran in the mail, I was listening to Ye going to the store. So it's
no doubt.
But and specifically the album Ye. So for clarity out there, right? So
what's your 5th?
If I said Kanye, would you?
I would be disappointed. I would be disappointed. Now, maybe if this was like college dropout years, I would get. But no, if you said Kanye, I would be disappointed in you, sucker.
Yo, fish eye, fool, jive turkey. My 5th. It seems that's like a revolving chair, right? It kind of like it changes with the temperature of hip hop.
I can dig that.
And what's there? If I had to say who my 5th is right now as we speak, it might not even make sense to you because this person, which I believe some music is about to come from what I've heard in the grapevine.
Inshallah.
Kendrick Lamar.
Oh,
so
I mean, well, you got J. Cole in there. Why wouldn't he be possible like that? That works.
What you got something to say about J. Cole?
No, I'm saying like they're around the same age as far as putting out music. You know, they're in the same that groove, that same wave of young people that I look forward to hearing coming out with music. Right. Yeah, so
I think that both of them, and J. Cole is already doing it, but I think that both of them will be. I'm not going to say they will stand the test of time, but we will remember them through the time.
Oh yeah.
They have classics. They're both lyrical. They both know how
to entertain. I wonder if J.
J.
Cole can continue upward though.
I believe so.
I don't see it. I just see him being like Nas.
Now I believe if anything, I believe that J. Cole will be some type of variation of musically what we see with Kanye. Because if you pay attention to what J. Cole is doing, he's bringing his crew along. You know what I mean? Like his talent within his circle, right? He's bringing them, and somebody in that crew is going to break out.
That'd be dope to see.
You know what I'm saying? And he has his own label as well, if I'm not mistaken. So I believe that there's going to be a breakout within the crew. It might be a younger person, right?
But see, Kendrick Lamar is already doing that. Like with TDE, all of them, that's his group. Like Schoolboy Crab, all them dudes.
Yeah, but we said about J. Cole, right? But I think J. Cole is.
That's what I'm saying.
J. Cole I think he has a vision. You know what I'm saying? He has and he know how to put on a show.
Yeah, I seen him,
and we all know. Oh yeah,
I seen him here.
Yeah, when he came here. Yeah. So, but we all know, like when it comes to performing, I mean, how you so graciously laid on me just from.
Nah, he can't perform like you.
Nah, stop.
He does not perform that way.
No, that's not what. But he puts on a show.
I mean, without a doubt. But no, you put.
That's a hell of a compliment, bro.
Y'all two different type styles.
That's like, a hell of a compliment. You can't like,
brother. I enjoy this show, but you know how to really put on a performance.
I mean,
like what you know how to do. Like I don't like. Check this out. If I were to imitate any rapper, I could get closer to J. Cole's performance than yours because yours just express so many different, like everything.
I can't even say. You got to close out the show. I can't say nothing. That's on you. Like, I don't even know what to say, bro.
We are getting here a little late, man.
But all I was gonna say was, I think that J. Cole knows how to put on a show.
He does.
I'm definitely not comparing myself, but you're more than welcome to. But I'm just saying he knows how to put on a show, and I think that he does that with a vision, right, for what he wants to see and how he wants to portray his message and his music. And I think that he'll be able to like push that on to the people that he works with, as far as like other artists.
Oh no, so you're going off of potential then,
right? Of course. I mean, because he hasn't. I think there's been more misses than hits when it comes to the group that he's working with and doing music with.
That's the reason why I said, like, I see a ceiling at J. Cole, because you're hoping that he's going to break through the ceiling with these other things that he's doing. I would love to see that too.
If not, if he just keeps on making J. Cole music,
he can't lose doing that.
He'll be there.
I would like him to break the next part though.
I think that he will.
Inshallah.
I think that he will.
Inshallah.
I mean, we'll see what happened with this whole basketball tryouts, and I don't know what all that was about.
Yeah, I didn't know he was that good.
I didn't either.
I knew he could play, but I didn't know he was good enough to be like doing that.
Yeah.
See, that's what I'm saying. It makes me appreciate him just a little bit more. Like, check this out. When we blow up, they're gonna go back and say John said this about J. Cole, but they're not gonna hear any of this other stuff that how I admire the dude. They're gonna just say, "Oh, this dude." Yeah.
That's what they do.
I know, but let's do it. Let's create the sound bites for them to destroy.
Let's do it then. Let's do it. But yo, man, that was a good. Dang, I was getting comfortable, bro. I'm like, we went over time, but I hope that those out there listening, I hope you listen to the prescription that we gave earlier and press pause when it took you a little break. Came back. Hope we didn't have to prompt it for you, but those of you that are still around and listening, and that came back and were listening, we appreciate you. Make sure you check us out as it is right now. Should we just say like about the episodes when they're going out?
Yeah.
So right now we're putting out the episodes every Saturday. Timeless episodes, so it really doesn't matter what order you watch them in, or whatever the case is. Like, they're gonna be there, and as you watch them on YouTube, youtube.com/Miancore, MIANCORE, we'll put it on the screen, but just go there and then you'll be able to see everything that we're doing. Just
leave some comments too, so we can talk to you.
Jump in, talk to us, and of course follow us on Instagram. Instagram.com is @diverseclarity. We all know how to spell that. So man. Any last words, man?
Nothing. I need some followers on Instagram so I can feel important, because
as you are,
people be walking up to him in stores knowing who he is, and I'm like, golly, what I gotta do? Anyway,
but this was your people.
I know
he already knew you.
But I'm saying, like, but he recognized you though, with the mask on. People don't realize you can recognize somebody. Like, when people be like, John, I'm like, oh man, who is that? But you can follow me, 2WOMUCHME on Instagram. Holla at your boy.
For sure. And of course, you can get at me anywhere online at OMEHGA Official, OMEHGA Official. But that has been another episode of Diverse Clarity. This is where we have those thought-provoking conversations about things that matter and some that don't. Catch you next episode.
Boom.